I originally made a more, I guess you could say professional type of video. I did all these fancy effects in Final Cut Pro, uh, well, fancy to the best of my ability. But ultimately, I didn't find it up to my standards. I didn't stand behind it. But I still wanted to voice my opinion on it. So here it goes. Just I just figure out and just go on camera and just say what I want to say. And I've I've become really self-conscious because I really wanted to get my facts straight, but this is so late in the game. I figured just fuck it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You guys are more than welcome to correct me if I'm wrong. So here we go. Now obviously the video has amassed a certain amount of popularity, quite I would say I would say undeservedly, because there are a lot more important things going on in the world compared to this. And the reason is why is because like Invisible Children and Jason Russell, they have made the situation on capturing Joseph Kony a lot more dire than it actually is. For one thing, Kony hasn't been seen or spotted since I think it was 2008, 2006. Not sure. Feel free to enter the correct date. But yeah, and a lot of people have speculated that the guy's already dead. And so why are we helping support this cause? Well, for a myriad of reasons. It's to help feel good, it's to help contribute to the cause, it's to feel like we're actually making a difference. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But you you have to do your research first. Do look up what kind of charity you're donating to, look up what the cause actually is, and look up the facts of the situation. And Invisible Children and Jason Russell have kind of made that line a bit blurry, especially with their revenue. Like, I bet you there are like a million other videos saying that Invisible Children doesn't give all of its money away. They only give like 37% compared to other charities that give like 80 to 90% of what they make. And that's a big problem for me. Like Jason Russell, the person who made this, he doesn't go around Africa and the Congo doing this out of the kindness of his own heart. He actually makes a living out of this. He makes like $90,000 a year doing this stuff. And I don't know. I guess it's a I don't think well, it's not okay, but it's it's wrong to deceive people like that, or at least have the I don't know. It's I think, in my opinion, he's probably living too comfortably. He says, "Yeah, and then he's like, "Yeah, I fight the cause now. Now I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help pay my son through. Please donate to the cause and also help put my son through college." Which, I don't know. I guess that was a bad example. So yeah, and the documentary, like, Russell and the organization take credit for getting the president to deploy 100 U.S. military advisors over to Uganda to help train the military for the mission to capture Kony. But the problem is that the LRA hasn't been in Uganda since Kony went missing, since around the same time, since 2006. They've been in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the Central African Republic, and Sudan. And the Ugandan military don't have jurisdiction to go in those other countries and find him. So, way to waste our nation's resources, boys. And another thing that I've kind of had a little bit of a factual quandary with the video is that the side is that the whole situation in Uganda right now, I've heard it from both sides of the fence, saying that it's still a corrupt hellhole, and people saying that the situation there is very over exaggerated, that it's actually pretty safe there as long as you stay in the central cities and don't go up into the north. But that's just me. Feel free, like I've said before. Uh, I don't know about that stuff. I've never been there, so I can't really vouch for that. So feel free, anyone who has been there, feel free to let me know how it actually is. And here is the biggest issue that I have with the documentary, other than it being. Well, here are some of the biggest issues that I had with the documentary. It was, other than it being deceitful, which is they 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 think that getting a bunch of people to spread the word about who he is going to change anything. Granted that may help about gather knowledge of who he is, or make him famous, as they so call. It's not making him famous, it's making him infamous. Get that right, idiots. And another thing, another little coincidence that I found is that the whole cover the night thing, where they're gonna get all the people they recruit to help plaster cities all around the world with Kony posters and banners and other shit like that. It's on April 20th. A bunch of hipsters getting together on 420 to pretty much vandalize the entire city, cover the night, and light up the bud. So that's something that I found there. And what these people don't realize, and pretty much what Jason Russell failed to mention, is that since they're only focusing on one person who has pretty much been missing in action for almost 6 years, they think that they're going to completely shatter the way things work. And it's not if they just focus on one person. Like in the original video, I said no, it'll never happen, but I was wrong. Stuff like that has happened before. But in my opinion, the cycle can't really be broken, but it can only be stopped and relocated at another time. Like, I'm pretty sure 50 years down the road, Central Africa may not be as bad as it seems, but another location may get worse, like Burma or Mexico or maybe even India, or hell, even China maybe. I don't know. I'm just pulling all of these out of my ass. So stopping Kony really won't do anything. Why isn't Invisible Children and the filmmakers behind the documentary focusing on the other war criminals who are very much prominent and who have done far worse atrocities than Joseph Kony has ever done? Like the president of Sudan, Omar al-Bashir. He's the person responsible for the genocide in Darfur. 250,000 to 400,000 people have died because of him. And there was a huge campaign to help stop the crisis in Darfur, but that's actually kind of waned a bit. And Africa and Uganda is not it's not the only place. It's not the only place where it has problems. It's like there's places in South America, like Brazil, Peru, Bolivia. There's places in Asia, like China, India, and even Thailand. Well, especially Thailand. But and once again, I'm just blowing this out of my ass. Feel free to correct me if you want. And it's and they're just focusing on one person, and that's not the way to go. In my opinion, if you want to make a difference, then you should go the full Monty. Then you shouldn't stop at Joseph Kony. You should bring up these other war criminals and these other affected areas, because not to just donate money to the cause and plaster everything with posters and other paraphernalia like that. I'm not even sure if I'm using paraphernalia correctly. You got to get up and do something, and our generations are becoming increasingly lazier. And I'm not guilty, and I myself am kind of guilty because of that also. So, I'm not supporting this cause, but if you want to support the cause, go ahead. That's your business. But please do your research and make sure you're doing it for the best of reasons, and not just to feel good about yourself. If you legitimately want to see Kony brought to justice, then by all means go ahead. And I guess that's all I have to say about that. All this trouble I've been having trying to make a video, and I just sit down in front of a camera and just talk. With a bunch of stuttering, mind you, but I don't give a shit. Thank you for watching.